Hey there kit fans, it's Louise with you today. Welcome along to a video share. This is the April 2024 Kitaholic Kit. I always find that the first layout of the month can be a bit of a challenge for me, and it's usually because I get a bit of overwhelmed by everything that's in the kit. One of my favourite things about this paper collection from Vicky Bouton is this incorporation of some more plainer type background papers. So you can see that I've chosen this quite light, bright and white text paper, which is really going to give me a base to work on. So instead of having to go to my stash and pulling out white cardstock, I am just going to use this background. Now, this particular rainbow striped paper, I mean, it's not really a rainbow, but you get the idea. It's different colours, so I'm going to call it a rainbow. I wanted to use it straight away, and it kind of overwhelmed me a little bit just purely because it was so bright, so patterned. It sort of took me a little bit to work out what I wanted to do. And so I decided that I'd cut it into 3 strips and let the white of the background sort of break that colour up a little bit. Now, I also wanted to add a little bit of distressing to the edges. So I'm going to put some glue on the background, but I'm not going to completely glue the whole thing down. I want to be able to ruffle up those edges and add a bit of background texture. So starting with this background and thinking about how I'm going to get photos on here, because again, there's quite a lot going on already. It can sometimes take me a little while just to think about how I'm going to embellish this page. And I chose these photos because I felt like the colours of the photos really matched in with the pattern paper background that I was working with. And these are some super cute photos. I adore how Master Zaleb has actually fallen asleep while eating his dinner at the table. Poor kid, he was exhausted, and I think it's just really cute little photos. So that's why I chose them to go with this collection. Now, the ephemera pack from this Vicky Bouton collection in this month's kit is so fun to play with. I love these pieces of ephemera. Now, they are thin, so they are on sort of not a tissue paper, but on a thin type paper. So you have to be careful when you're embellishing them, but I actually really appreciate the fact that by keeping them on thin paper and not cardstock, not only does it keep the bulk down in my layouts and my albums, but it allows her to fit so many more into the actual pack. Like, just have a look as I flick through it and see how many different embellishment pieces there are. And then at the back, we've got this whole pile of stickers. So it's really just chock full of so much good stuff. And what I'm going to do is use some pieces of that to create some layers around my photo. And then I'm going to embellish on top of the photo as well. So I've got the little camera and I've got the sort of bulldog clip. The ephemera has a real sort of, how would you describe it? It's got like a sort of a stationery type feel to it. It's got, little notes and little library tags and different things like envelopes and notepad papers. So I think it's, I just love the ephemera. I cannot stop talking about it because it's just almost my favourite part of the whole kit. I'm sure I say that about them every month, but you know what I'm talking about. All right, so here's where I'm adding that little bit of texture by just folding the edges of that patterned paper. So you can see this just lets a little bit more of the white come through, but it also just is adding something that draws your eye sort of to that background. The stickers, I'm flicking through. Some of them I know straight away will get used, and some of them I think are just really not my type of product. But I am keeping it nice and simple with no mixed media in the background of this layout. So mixed media can be so fun, but sometimes I just don't want to deal with the mess. And so I will sometimes just play with pretty paper. And today that's what I'm doing. I'm just using elements from the kit, different pieces of paper, different stickers, I've lost a sticker sheet here, so one sort of walked away, and it's the title one that I was thinking of using. So somewhere in the pile of stuff on my desk here is a sticker sheet that I will at some point find. I don't know where it's gone, but it pops up eventually. And that's the title. So with this title, because I'd already peeled a couple of the stickers off, they are quite sort of see-through. They don't have a white to their background. So I would suggest, if you prefer a whiter sort of embellishment, to either mount them on some white cardstock before you attach them, or in this case, I'm just going to cut it straight out of the background when it comes to the title. So I'm going to mount that up on some foam strips just to, again, give it a little bit of dimension between the background and my photos, so that it really pops off there. Now, the little left-hand cluster that I'm working on there, I'm not going to say that it was the right choice, because looking back on it, I think I could have done something different with that banner. I probably should have done what I did with the title, mounted it on white, because it does just get a little bit lost in there, and I think it probably could have come together in a slightly different way. But I'm also going to cut out some little words and add some sort of bits and pieces, little memories of this particular photo. The little wood hearts are gorgeous. Because I'd already put hearts in my background here, I felt like I could incorporate a couple of those, and one of the bigger ones as well. So a bit of a combination to start the use of this month's kit, using patterned paper for backgrounds, layering with embellishments, clustering, titles from sticker sheets, wood pieces, and then the final thing I want to do is just add a little cluster down the bottom here. So there was only 2 of these little banners, and for me, using 2 of any type of embellishment can be a bit of a challenge. So I had to get quite... I had to think about it quite a bit to work out how I was going to do this, and I knew that I wanted to add something off to the side here, and similar process to the title. I start with it clear and then go, whoops, that's not going to work, because it's more of a transparent kind of sticker. So we're going to pop it on some white cardstock, fussy cut around it. Again, doesn't have to be super neat. It depends on how you like your cutting done, if you want to cut out every little detail, or in my case, I'm just going to cut a single circular embellishment, work out where I'm going to place it, and then I'm going to trim the other piece off. Making sure that, yes, I'm covering up and adding that little area of that bottom cluster. So at this stage, I'm pretty close to being finished here. I have a bit of a think about whether I should add some more embellishments, but I like where this is sort of at the moment, and I feel like if I added anything else, it would probably just detract from the layout itself. So keeping it nice and simple, using some embellishments, a few little bits and pieces from the kit, and that's my layout share for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and of course, if you haven't already, make sure that you are subscribed.